Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 224. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for Rated G, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. For as low as $1, you can help support us in making new content for you, the fans. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's up, man?
Oh, you switched it up.
Had to switch it up.
You switched it up. 224 episodes. You switched it up. I was waiting for the what's going on, and you said, oh, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up, man? Let's have some fun. How was your weekend, Dave?
Dan.
What's going on?
Dan, you know I am all about fun. Whenever fun is on the table, I will say, let's grab that by the reins and let's ride that fun. All right? Actually, no, I don't think I've ever said that in my entire life.
I think if you actually said that, I would look at you like you had three heads.
Probably gonna be cross-eyed. I don't know why I said that. I was trying to come up with a good metaphor. I was trying to maybe say grab the bull by its horns. I thought
you were taking the president's approach, but I'm glad you didn't go there.
Oh God, Jesus, no, please. I have a little bit of tact and couth, just a tiny bit.
If you actually said that, I would probably say I no longer want to have any fun.
Yeah, it's like, I kind of got this thing in the morning. I gotta
just leave the fun on the floor. Just leave the fun on the floor.
Just put it down. I'm gonna back out. Oh man, no, it was good. I had a solid weekend. I did a bit of an illegal thing, according to New York lockdown rules.
Oh my God! You were smoking weed in public.
I know, right?
No way.
No.
It's okay. You're in Brooklyn. Nobody knows.
If I had a medical license, that would be okay. We had a little weekend birthday celebration for a friend of mine up in the Lake George upstate area, right, where everything's kind of green and the air is clean. So we had it in the books for a while, and we were like, do we go? Do we not go? Do we know? Do we not go? We decided to go. There was like a wine festival thing, which they weren't having. Too many people, but we decided to go anyway, and there was like a bunch of us, and we just kind of had a good time drinking and social distancing up where the air is clean. So
you're telling me
it was all right
all right. So now you're telling me because of you, it's your fault, Dave. I'm blaming you.
Oh boy, here it comes.
The governor has now slowed down phase 3 for New York.
Listen, you calling me a Karen? Is that what you're saying? You calling me a Karen because I'm not wearing my mask?
No, I'm calling you a David.
I'm spreading the disease. Listen, I had my mask on all weekend. All right, even in the pool. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We were good. So, how was your weekend, Dan?
It was okay. It was like any other weekend since late March. Nothing really to do other than chill out. I actually went to the beach again. Social distancing.
Yeah, well, okay.
I got to tell you, it's so weird.
I was going to say, you're also getting out there in front of all these other people at the beach. So.
It's weird to be on the beach and people just have like trunks on or bathing suits on and masks on.
Yeah, right.
It's
It's like a trikini.
yeah.
You got the top,
Yeah.
the bottom, and then the really top.
It was so like surreal because we're like all just like it was like three of us and we're just chilling and we all had masks on and the water was like ice cold, so it's like, all right, not gonna get in the water, I'm chilling, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But I tell you what made my weekend awesome,
Oh yeah.
and it's nostalgia. It's bringing my childhood back.
Oh.
I actually saw this while I was on the beach. Michael Keaton is in talks to come back to play Batman again.
Oh yeah.
Not
This
a
is,
full Batman movie though. Not a full
Right,
Batman movie.
right.
He's coming back in the Flash movie potentially.
Right. Which is like, God, Jesus. Now they have like 3 possible Batmans. You got the Pattinson Batman, you got the Batfleck, and now you got like the OG Keaton coming back. Jesus, everything's all over the place.
Well, it's so many things they can do with this, right?
I
because
know,
you got Robert Pattinson. That could be like Patton. That could be the younger version of Michael Keaton, but the Michael Keaton movies were sort of dark in, you know, like that Tim Burton-esque style. Don't know how that can work. Or maybe Michael Keaton. I have no idea, and I have no idea what they're going to do, but I think it's fantastic because I think personally he is my favorite Batman. It's neck and neck with him and Christian Bale, but I think I'm going to give him the slight edge just because, you know, the last Batman movie with Christian Bale wasn't all that great story-wise.
The Dark Knight Rises? Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises wasn't all that great story.
It was definitely the weakest of the bunch. 2 was the best. I mean, right? I think we can both agree on that.
Two was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dark Knight
2.
was like perfect. Very good movie. Didn't correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the like Flash have a lot of time travel stuff in his kind of mythos? Isn't that a thing?
Well, I mean, if you look at the TV show, they
Uh-huh.
have like, you know, the different universes. All right, just
Right,
like Spider-Man
right.
has like the Spider-Verse, right? So the Flash has like the different universes as well.
Right. So the thing that I'm getting at is like, couldn't you have different Flash universes with different Batmen in it, right? Because
I
Flash
just
would
want-
be the one traveling through.
I just want Michael Keaton as Batman to capture himself and defeat himself as the Vulture
Oh
in a
my god.
crossover that no one knew they wanted. That's what
The
I want.
Marvel DC crossover. I mean, that would be crazy. That'd be the one way to like link the worlds, but they're not
That's
going
all
to
I
do
want. That's all I want. Or I want Cable to come out of Deadpool and beat him as Thanos.
that. Oh my god.
All right, there we go. They could do that. Technically, that is possible. That's more possible.
Right,
than-
because it's the Marvel license. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be a little more
Technically.
plausible. A little more plausible.
So, and then also, Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2 is coming in July.
Yeah, this is kind of wild. Unexpected. I don't know about you.
Konami. This could have been. This could have been
I know.
something, right? Come on.
Well,
This could have been a Castlevania game.
It could have been 3 Castlevania games. You had Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. But no, they have no interest in like putting new games out for their like already established licenses. I don't get it.
So I'm super excited. It's coming in July. No physical edition announced. So you know what that means? That means we're gonna pay for it in July, and then next February is gonna be a
Limited
limited
run.
run release. And I'm gonna be
It'll
mad.
fun. It'll be just in time for PAX, so you can get your physical copy when we go early.
Maybe. Oh, let's see if they don't cancel packs. All right.
Well, yeah, TBD on all that. So who knows?
And then also something also very exciting. I am super excited. The collector in me is super excited because
boy.
we are getting another Wii U game. So I don't have to keep buying Just Dance every year for the Wii U, even though they didn't have one last year.
Right. Well, yeah, because the Wii game is essentially the Wii U game because it's backwards compatible. So.
So Shakedown Hawaii.
Oh no
Actually,
way! Sequel
I have
to
this-
Hotline Miami, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah.
I have this game on the Vita. Funny enough, I think this was the last Vita game I bought. I can't remember. This game, they're coming out on the Wii in July. Okay, July 9th, I think, is when it goes on sale. But they said that the Wii game is only going to be for PAL territories. and in August the Wii U game will come out for North America.
Right.
So I'm super excited for this. I really like this game. I played, I gotta say, maybe three and a half hours, and then I got caught up in. I played 3.5 hours on the Wii. I got caught up with something else. Definitely gives me a chance to boot up the Wii U and play it again, right? So
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that.
Right. It is weird. Like looking at the specs to this, they say that at least the Wii version is PAL and NTSC compatible. There's a 50 hertz and a 60 hertz output version, but then they say that the game will only work on European Wii consoles. That's so weird to me. So can you not play it on an NTSC and North American Wii?
I guess not. I mean, they said it was only going to be for PAL territory. I have no clue.
Right, but they say they have NTSC output. It's weird. Like, so if you have an American TV in a European country, I think we may have to follow up on this. I don't know if this article is giving us all of the info on there, but they do also note that the whole entire game will fit inside the Wii's memory, so 0 load times. All right, that's kind of cool.
Well, I thought it was cool. Like the Wii U version is going to take full control of the Wii U gamepad, right? I think that's awesome too. Like it's actually not going to just be a throwaway. You can play it on the gamepad.
Right.
It will have the sort of the interface. So I'm more excited for the Wii U version, even if it was coming out on the Wii, which is sort of weird to have a game in 2020 physical release for the Wii.
I know, for a game from 2 years ago, and it's not like a homebrew. It is a regular professional release. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I like the whole reason why they said it. They said, hey, it was sort of like a challenge, like an internal challenge. Like, you think we can get this playing on the Wii and a Wii U? Right? And it was just like, let's try. And it worked. So it's like, hey, this would be kind of cool because collectors will want to buy it. It'll be limited. At least the Wii version will be limited. You can buy it at VBlank, right?
Yep.
And it'll be limited to just 3,000 copies. The normal
That's gonna
standard.
sell out quick.
And it's gonna. Well, here's the thing. It's gonna sell out because it's only $29.99, but you'll be able to buy it on eBay for $99.99.
Oh,
soon after.
The minimum. That'll be the minimum price. I think it's going to be even higher than that.
Oh, I don't know. I think it'll be about $100. Right afterwards, and then later on down the line, it'll be a little bit more.
Right.
I'll try to buy the Wii version, even though I don't have a PAL Wii, even though it's supposed to support 60 hertz.
Yeah,
like 50, 60 hertz. So I could try to. I could try it out, right? But I would be very disappointed if I can't buy it on the Wii U.
Right. Well, you gotta own it at least for like the collector in you, right? Even if you can't actually like play that particular version.
I want to be able to play it.
Well, you have the Vita version.
I do, but I want to play it on the big screen.
You could hook the Vita up with
doesn't work on a Vita TV.
Don't they have component cables you could hook up to the TV? No,
you're thinking of like the PSP.
Yeah, the PSP did.
Yeah.
It didn't have it had
not every game is Vita TV compatible. PlayStation TV compatible.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, but speaking of games, I'm going to pick up. Let's get into the most notable games coming out next month. This is going to be an interesting month, right? We got Marvel's Iron Man VR coming out on PlayStation VR July 3rd. I'm actually going to pick that up. That may surprise you because it may get me to actually dust off the PSVR and play it.
No, it's not.
Probably not. Who knows?
No, it's not. There's been so many games I've been trying to get you to play, and you're like,
Who knows? We'll see. Captain Full Body finally comes out on the Switch July 7th.
Right.
I have this on the PS4. Fantastic game. Definitely, it's still in my pile of games I'm playing that I want to get back to, at some point, probably in July, hopefully. Or I would say maybe August, because July, we'll get to that in a second. July is going to be jam-packed. That's going to take my attention away from it. So let's stick with the Switch. Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, coming out on the Switch July 10th.
Yeah, that first game was like weird, like bad voice acting and a weird conceit. And this is exclusive to the Switch, I think, right? That Deadly Premonition 2?
So far, exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah.
That I know of. Finally, a game that we said was the game of the year of 2019, Death Stranding, is coming to PC July 14th. So Kojima kept his promise. It's definitely coming to PC. And this is what he was working on, right? This is the thing that really kept his attention, or at least his staff's attention, because this was delayed. Because I think this was supposed to come out for PC a few months ago, and it was delayed. So finally coming out, and if you can crank those settings up. And this game, I gotta say, you can say what you want about the story, but this is the best looking game I've ever seen. At least the best looking game on the PS4. So,
it is pretty AF. Yeah, man.
So
when you get like that, you get that just right shot, and you're looking out over the mountains, like, oof. Yeah.
Let's stick. We got Rocket Arena coming out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, July 14th, same day as the PC.
Yeah.
Death Stranding on PC.
That was a pretty quick turnaround from when they like dropped the trailer for it to when it's coming out.
Well, yeah, they said it was coming out in July.
I know, but it's just so quick. You know, they were working on it for a while, kept under wraps. At least, you know, we didn't really hear about it so much, right? And
no, it's not really my type of game.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah, it looks like it could be kind of fun, but if they have a demo, maybe I'll give it a shot. But
so a game that's going to take up most of my, attention for the month of July. It's going to be Ghost of Tsushima, PS4 exclusive, coming July 17th. This is the last big PlayStation game to come out, exclusive PlayStation game to come out this year, as they gear up for PS5 in Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, it was like the
it
big
looks
four,
good,
right?
It looks really good.
It was Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, this game, and Death Stranding.
Yeah, that was the big four like 2 years ago.
Big four,
and we got them. Coming out the same day, which I pre-ordered both, is Paper Mario, the new Paper Mario game coming out on Switch.
Yeah, the Origami King. They're folding up paper this time. New mechanic. It looks good.
That's the tagline. That's the tagline. Yeah. Paper Mario, the Origami King. They're folding up paper this time. Come on, it sells itself. I can just see Mario just puts his shades on. And he's just like, it's folding up paper this time.
Let's go. Listen, man.
The game just sells itself. There you go.
Come on. Who wouldn't want to play that?
So, all right, we got a week later. We got 11 days later, July 28th. Destroy All Humans.
Our friend Matt played this at PAX. Not to cut you off, and he was lukewarm on it, right?
He said it was okay, but he didn't have nostalgic for it because he didn't really play it on the original Xbox when it came out in the early 2000s.
Well, I didn't know people had nostalgia at all for this game. I felt it was just another third-person run-around open-world game, Just kind of
People are looking forward to it.
Yeah. So it's coming out.
PS4, Xbox One, PC, and, wait for it, Stadia.
Oh, see, that's what they needed. This is the game that they needed to put them over the edge. This is it, Dan.
Listen, if you're one of the lucky 100 people that are playing Stadia, you'll be able to play Destroy All Humans.
Listen, I'm gonna get it just for this.
Okay, 101 people. There you go.
They gave you like 2 free months to try it out, so.
If you're part of the Xbox Game Preview program, beginning July 28th, you'll be able to play Grounded. That's that new game by Obsidian, right? And they showed it off. It looked pretty good, and it has a little twist at the end, right? It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, open world.
I was just gonna
type game.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to play as a little ant-sized human, here you go. It's it's funny. There's not a lot of games like this, where you're kind of like shrunk and playing from a different perspective. I think
that's true.
I think it could be really neat.
Did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids ever have a game?
No.
I feel like that's a yes.
No,
I feel like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I feel like that's a yes.
Listen, do you remember a Nintendo or Super Nintendo game for any of those?
I mean, maybe they came out later.
No, definitely not. I will make a Shake Shack bet on that.
I feel like there's a game somewhere.
All right, I'll make you a Shake Shack bet. Not even
like
on the PC. Not even on like some weird like.
I was gonna say the
like,
PC. I was gonna say the PC.
No. Not even like on like the FM Towns or the like the Apple Pippin or anything like that. No, they never made any games for it. And I will take that. I will take that to the.
You'll take that to the grave.
I will take it to the grave. I'll take it to the grave. Let's make a bet right now. I'm telling you. Surprisingly, no, because it was kind of in that time where like, hey, let's make a dumb side scroller and cash in on this like big movie. But yeah, it just never happened.
And lastly, coming out the same day is Skater XL, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. No Stadia, unfortunately.
Yeah, so this is not Skate, and this is not Tony Hawk. So, you know?
I'm not a big skateboard game fan, right? I'm not a big Tony Hawk fan at that. I mean, I always knew who he was,
right?
And I have played them, but it's not a genre of games that really like caters to me. But I'm super excited for the people who do love like skateboard games. I mean, this looks super interesting. It looks like they got a little bit super like all into like the mechanics of skateboarding. So
yeah, that's like kind of what Skate was. Skate was a little bit more like the camera angle was like down right near where the board was, and you got that kind of like low angle camera going on, and like you kind of you did tricks in a more natural way where it wasn't just like button presses like it is in Tony Hawk, which you know, Tony Hawk 1 is like straight up arcade with like a little bit of realism. Skate is very much a realistic game. Skater XL, I mean, I hope it does well, but I don't think it's gonna really make any waves.
So Dave, as we always try to start the show, but epically fail. What have you been playing?
This week is no different, Dan. We have started late, but the picks are good, and I have been playing your favorite or one of your favorite games of 2018, Spider-Man for the PS4.
Oh, it was so good.
It is.
You waited too long. That game is so good.
No complaints. I'm going for 100% completion. I am making good progress. I'm more than halfway through the game, and I've got more than half of the collectibles done. I think I've gotten all of the collectibles I can get at the time, right? Because you know how they like, oh, now you can do the Black Hat missions, right? And now you can do the challenge missions. So, like, they keep giving you, like, a new thing, like, as you keep going. And every time I get a new one, I go all around the city. I pick up all that stuff, and I'm like, I'm good. So I can just, you know. Yeah, I love it, man. Like,
if it wasn't for God of War, man, this was the game of the year. I'm sorry. I know Red Dead 2.
Right, Red Dead was strong. Yeah.
Red Dead was strong. I wish Red Dead came. I honestly wish, as much as I know you love Death Stranding. I like Death Stranding. I wish Death Stranding had a little bit more competition. Maybe Spider-Man or Red Dead could have like sort of pushed it to the brink, right? But I don't think Spider-Man got enough love, to be honest. I think it was underrated. I don't think people gave it its just due.
It was overshadowed, I think. I think everybody loved it.
Yeah, you know what?
It was
That's
a hot
correct.
year.
It was overshadowed. Yeah. It was overshadowed. I think if it would have came out in 2019, a lot more people would have a lot more praise for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I've been playing Astral Chain. I went back. I restarted my save. I played a good like 6 hours already of this game. Totally don't remember how to use. Don't know the mechanics. Totally forgot. So I said, let me just restart it to get the story back again. I think the only thing I don't like about this game is whatever you get to pick. I mean, they're twins, right? No spoilers here. It's twins. You get to play the girl or a guy. And whichever one you pick, your protagonist doesn't speak at all. You don't have a voice. You're a silent protagonist. And I don't kind of like that. I kind of think you should have a voice and should speak. That's the only thing that sort of takes me out, where it's like they're talking to me and it's like I just have facial expressions. And they're like, what do you,
yeah.
come on, we got to do this. Right? I think that takes me out of it a little bit. Like, give me a voice, even if I don't, even if I'm not that fond of the voice, give me a voice.
It's not quite a AAA game, I think, is where it's at. The budget was a little bit light. Yeah, I mean, they do
double and a half.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they do the same stuff for the Fire Emblem games too, right? There's like a little bit of voice. Most of it's not. There's just portraits, and then they change the expression. So, yeah, I get it. It is definitely a little bit off-putting, but.
So I got that. I popped in. I talked about me picking up Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath.
Yeah,
on Xbox One, because I had the Switch version, but it was just a download code. Didn't have a game in the case, and that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So it was so awesome to play Terminator versus Robocop, and I did the fatalities. Oh my god, that was like super cool. Something it would have blown my mind. 10-year-old me with my mind.
That's the ultimate matchup, right? They get the best character tie-ins for that game. Yeah, that's fantastic. How does the T800 do his fatality? Does it have the little on-screen thing? Do you see like the first-person view?
Well, I haven't done everybody's fatality yet.
Okay.
So definitely, I don't know how I feel about Arnold. Sort of like, he doesn't uppercut. He just like shoots you with a shotgun, kneeling down.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I kind of want him to uppercut. Because that's my that's my move, especially when you're in a jam. But whatever. The fatalities are okay. I haven't gone through all of them, but definitely just like seeing RoboCop get that big gun and blowing like that the big gun he had. I think it was in RoboCop 1, and just blowing sort of that big bullet that explodes you. That's kind of crazy.
Nice.
So I just like playing with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you have Spawn. Not to overshadow, you can play a Spawn as well.
Right.
Don't like sort of his moves with the all the chains and stuff, but come on, Terminator versus RoboCop, definitely something that I never thought I would ever see in a game. So that was awesome.
Right.
And then finally, I've put in 10.5 hours of The Last of Us Part 2 on PS4.
Is it? Are you digging it?
I'm not going to spoil it for you because I know you actually want to get to it.
Please don't. But always have, and I definitely will.
But so far, and this is more of a survival game, right? And I don't like. I'm not a person that's into stealth. And trust me, I've tried to go all stealth, and sometimes it just, I can make a thing where stealth goes wrong, right? And I just got to say, screw it. I got to find a weapon and go balls hard, and hopefully I find a med pack somewhere. And I was lucky in there's one part where, like, I think they just keep coming until you progress to the next part, the next section. And I was just going in with one hit and I'm dead. And I haven't died yet. And I'm 10.5 hours and I haven't died yet. And I was just like, I was like, oh man, I'm going to die for the first time. And I made it through. I couldn't believe it. It was like incredible. The story's incredible. I like the story. I love the story personally. It's emotional. It hit me. It's the thing that's keeping me going because I hate stealth survival games where I don't have.
Right. That's what the first game was, right? First game was a stealth game. So, yeah. And how is the? I think one of the things that people said beyond some like kind of key story bits, which people weren't really too crazy about. The other thing is people said the combat was kind of a little not so great.
Well, in a stealth game or in a survival game, the combat's never going to be great because it's not the main focus of the game. You have to. It's about stealth. It's about not engaging in combat. It's about grabbing somebody from behind and doing a stealth kill.
Yeah.
And I will say the biggest difference between the last game and this game, like you had to make your ice pick, right? In the first game, like you had to get the items to craft like an ice pick or a shiv of some sort, where I have a shiv, I have a knife. So I always have something where I can stealth kill you, which is awesome. And I do my best to do stealth kills. I'm learning and I'm getting better at it as I go along. And it doesn't bother me one bit, which I'm surprised at. oddly enough.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I know you're real like, bash open the door, run and gun, bang bang, shoot 'em up. That's your jam. That's your bread and butter.
That's my jam, man. So, and I will say, I heard somebody say, another zombie game, right? Like, Days Gone is a zombie game where the zombies sort of take first, like they're like prevalent, like they're the most prevalent thing in the world, where zombies take a back seat to the revenge story, the people that I am going after, right? Zombies, it's like zombies are the norm. It's not a surprise, right? It's not like it just started. We know they're zombies. They're just zombies are as normal as a stray dog on the street.
Right. You just this is living among humans. Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's zombies here. How are we gonna get through it? Yeah. All right, we got this, right? It's more so, oh my god, wait, get down. We got people that we have to interact with, or we gotta get by and kill, right? So I'm 10 and a half hours in, and I'm looking forward to moving forward. I got another 10 hours to go. It's about a 20-hour game. Again, a lot of the complaints of the game, minus the story, is sort of, and I already spoiled it for myself accidentally. Not story wise, just gameplay. Like, what's going to happen 4 or 5 hours from now, and what I'm going to be doing. Don't know if I'm thrilled about that, but I'm going to reserve judgment until I get there. So I think, and Jason Schreier actually tweeted this, and a lot of devs, or the guy Sean Layton, who's still in Sony, said that AAA studios can't sustain these long, drawn-out games. And Jason Schreier tweeted that games are too long. And I think I said it too. I said, I don't want a 25-hour game. Like, that's just way too much. Give me a good 15. Like, 5 hours is too short. Give me a good 10 to 15-hour game. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm 10 and a half hours in. I think I've done a lot, and then I look and I was like, I got another 10 hours. Like, oh my god, like, if there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I spent how long to do 10 and a half hours, especially because I'm not a kid and I got other responsibilities.
All right.
If I had 5 more hours to go or 4 more hours to go, it's like, okay, that's manageable. Like, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I don't want a game to be padded out just to be longer, right? Make it mean something.
I feel you. I mean, there is definitely a strong argument to be made to get in, get out, give you all the feels. All right, moving on to the next game, right? Because there's so much stuff that's coming out, and you want to be able to play everything. So,
well, okay, I will say this. The reason why I don't mind what I've done so far, especially story wise, I wish I can fly through this, because I'm really into the story. I really dig the story, and I want to know what happens next, which is pushing me through the game. But the survival aspects of it, I keep switching up. I'm doing this, something I'm not really big into, and then I could switch over to a Mortal Kombat game, right? And just mindless. Let me get into the moves and fighting, and listen to a podcast, or I can get into Astral Chain, right? I'm not going to say I'm going to beat this game by next episode, but I definitely hope I beat this game before Ghost of Tsushima comes out July 17th. I think I can beat it before July 17th. So hopefully I can.
All right. All right. More power to you.
Why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll get into the top gaming news of last week.
And because the year is half over, me and Dan are going to do our Game of the Half Year picks.
This is Justin from the Lit Gaming Arena podcast, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers.
And we're back. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. IGN had their Expo Day 5. But the biggest thing they had, I want to go over every little game they had, but the biggest thing they had was Marvel's Avengers War Table We got it. We got like sort of this in-depth interview. We got more gameplay, and I gotta say, I'm still not super hyped for the game. I'm still gonna buy it. I'm buying it on PS4 when it comes out in September. It looks okay. The cinematic scenes don't seem to match the graphics while you're, in-game play. The gameplay seems definitely generic. I mean, you have like a heavy hit, light hit, and 2 special attacks. They used Thor sort of as an example, right, in the gameplay where, you're flying, which looks awesome, and the hammer sort of reminds you of God of War, and we just talked about God of War before.
Right.
So I'm not super hyped for this game, but I'm not like disappointed. I think what's going to keep me is maybe the story, because like the Avengers got set up by MODOK, right? Well, before he turns into MODOK, he's just a scientist.
Right.
It looks like Captain America's dead. I don't know how they're going to play that in.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a third person beat 'em up game in like 3D. They're never anything more than just a pick up and play type thing. Just like the old Marvel's Avenger games, or not the Avenger games, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, right? You pick a crew and you play with them. You can do multiplayer, drop in, drop out, which is all great. Nice to see it's got enhanced graphics, but yeah, I'm definitely not doing backflips either. This will be a perfectly fine game. I am a little upset, Dan, though, that you said this was the biggest game out of the bit, and you forgot to mention No Straight Roads.
Oh God,
No Straight Roads, man.
I know you love this game, but this game it's coming out. It's coming out.
No, but we got even more gameplay. You got even more gameplay footage, right? And also, not to mention the guy who made this game, and I think he founded Metronomic Studios. He worked on Final Fantasy 15 and some other big notable games. So, I gotta like this game.
I know you're really big about this. I mean, the PAX 19, you were all over this game.
PAX 19, yeah, and they had it again, PAX 20 with the new level to play, which was kind of cool. I didn't get to it, but it looked kind of cool. And then I guess the other one I wanted to bring up was Biomutant. We finally got to see Biomutant, which was 2 years ago. We got to play it, and it was where is this game? So we don't know where this game is. Now we have some new gameplay footage, and it looks great. Biomutant looks good.
No, Biomutant looks damn good compared to what we played before. I'm gonna throw a little sleeper hit out there. Just no place for bravery. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely indie darling pixel art game with action RPG mechanics. Don't sleep on that game. That game looks primed for a limited run release.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I'm with you. You know what? It probably will be.
So, I like that game. It's like a pixel art sort of Norse mythology. This is at least what it looks like, the setting that they're going for.
Right. All right.
So, I like that one. I think, again, we talked about this past shows where people were sort of disappointed with IGN IGN Expo, right? I thought it is exactly what I thought it would be. We'll get exclusive indie games and we'll get some sort of mid-tier games. And I think the biggest game from a publisher developer standpoint, I think, was the exclusive gameplay of Marvel's Avengers. So far, I mean, who knows throughout the summer, what else they're going to have.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of tough when you have all these other venues, right? Xbox doing their own thing, and Sony's doing their own thing, and there's the IGN thing, and then there's all these other little things. Ubisoft is doing something at some point in time, I think, and then you have Gamescom is still doing a thing, but it's online, so yeah.
Well, games. I mean, everybody's doing it online now, so. This is where I miss E3. Where right now, I mean, we're about to be in July, and we would know everything. We would be going on sort of a break, right, to just sort of decompress from everything that, oh my God, we're getting a new Mario and Metroid and Halo and the PS5 and the Xbox,
Right.
Halo Infinite, right? So this whole little sprinkling every month of a little something, I don't know if I like it. I take back everything I said back in April when I said this may be the end of E3. This may reinforce E3, if anything. Something I never thought would happen.
Maybe.
So, I mean, look at this. Square Enix. Square Enix is prime to announce several new games coming in July and August. Now we got to speculate, like what games are gonna show, where are they gonna show it? Will it be Summer of Games with IGN? Will it be Jeff Keighley's sort of showcase? Are they gonna be in? I know Xbox said we're gonna see first party games. They're gonna be a mixture of first party and third party games, like from Square Enix. Or we're gonna see something at Gamescom, their digital event in August.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we gonna see Square Enix? Because they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna have their own event. So, what other games could we see? I would say we would see definitely a Final Fantasy sort of spinoff. I mean, since Final Fantasy VII Remake just came out earlier this year, I think we'll see something a little bit smaller.
It's a possibility. You're not going to get, like you're definitely not going to get the AAA Final Fantasy 16 announcement because they're working on 7. Like they're like all hands on deck. So. Yeah, I mean, I could see like a 3DS or a mobile or like kind of.
It's not going to be a 3DS. I could see like a Final Fantasy Tactics for the Switch.
Something small. Yeah, I mean, they definitely have a big studio. I think a solid contender would be a new Tomb Raider game because that's like under their belt as like publisher.
I think Tomb Raider is going to be on ice for a while. We got the third one; it didn't do so well as they expected. So I think that's going to be.
Well, when was that? Like last year or?
Like 2 years ago, and they had the VR version.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. For PSVR, like 4 years before that, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be on ice for a while. We're not going to see that until the mid 2020s, right? So if they bring it back for a new trilogy or a spinoff.
Oh, they are not stopping with Lara Croft. Like her adventures are perennial. Because they had They had multiple times when that like franchise was like dead in the water, and then someone's like, "All right, we're gonna bring it back. All right, we're gonna bring it back again."
It's always been and they took a hiatus while they rebooted the franchise, and the reboot, the original did okay, did good. I think it did sort of around expectations. Second one was maybe a little bit more critically acclaimed, but didn't do so well because it was an Xbox exclusive for a year. When it actually came to PS4, I got the VR version.
All right.
And then the third one didn't do as well as expected. So, I think
still a good game,
I think that's going to take just like Deus Ex. I think that's going to be on ice for a while until they, have some new ideas for it.
All right, we'll see.
But what's not on ice? Smash Brothers, because we got a lot more Smash Brothers characters to get. I thought by now we would be getting, the Smash Brothers Ultimate Edition, where it's all the DLC already included.
Oh,
right?
No, they're not stopping
yet
for a while. There's
not
at
yet.
least 3 or 4 more characters to go.
Zachariah actually had a sort of a mini state of play from his house, and we got to see his little gaming setup because he has like. And it's not little by any means. It looks like he has 2 big TVs, like 155-inch, 165-inch, back next to each other.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. That's pretty legit.
He says he watches TV and plays games, or if friends come over, they can play games on one TV, and he can play another game on another TV. And he has like the little mini systems too, all set up and have their own little space. So he is a legit gamer. He plays everything. So
yeah, man.
But we got the next character, and we thought it would be Springman from ARMS. We knew it would be an ARMS character, but apparently it's going to be Min Min from ARMS.
Well, they did a poll, and that's what the fans wanted. Like if you didn't do the poll, you would assume Springman or Ribbon Girl, right? Because they're like the face of the franchise, if you can even call it a franchise. I would have loved to see them, but everybody loves Min Min, and I don't know if you got to see the trailer for it.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
So good. Like they're all sitting there in the ramen shop, and Captain Falcon's scarfing down, and Min Min's behind the counter, and it's too good. So
if it will be, as of this recording, it will be out. I already bought the Fighters Pass, so
you just keep getting them, yeah.
I just keep getting them.
It's a good value. It's a good value, right? You know, it's a good value for it. I kind of wish I bought it, but
Dave, you know what's a good value? I'm gonna tell you what's a good value. Amiibos. I am back on my quest collecting amiibos. I've been patiently waiting.
I never thought you stopped, Dan.
I've been patiently. Well, I've stopped because I'm missing like, if you're not counting all the cards that came out,
right?
I'm missing 16 amiibos, and I'm not openly going full set, but I'm keeping my eye on a couple of those that I really do want. I think you have like 3 that I don't have. I definitely have over 100 amiibo. I have like 130. I've been patiently waiting for them to drop some new amiibo. And Zachariah, man, the man touched my heart. You know why? Because he showed Persona 5 Joker and Dragon Quest 11's hero, just the name of the hero.
Well,
2 new amiibo.
No. It's always the hero because you get the name what the hero is.
2 new amiibo are coming, Dave.
What I want to know is which hero is it going to be? Because every Dragon Quest game is the hero, and there are 11 Dragon Quest games. I guess. Well,
it's Dragon Quest 11's hero.
Dragon Quest 11's hero, which is good. You know, I would have liked the hero from 1 or the hero from any game is going to be great. But all right.
You know what, Dave?
I'll take the one from 11.
You can make this hero whatever number you want.
Well, he has a very distinctive look. You would not confuse Dragon Quest XI's hero from any other hero. Now, I wonder if they're going to put out the other heroes, right? Because they have the different costumes. I think there's like 1, 4, 5, 8, and 11. I think there's like 4 or 5 different costumes in there. That would be badass.
They're probably not going to do that as amiibo, but definitely, again,
I don't know, man.
They have it as skin, right? Like you can have different skin, different
right, exactly, and
characters.
They look completely different, but they're not. The moveset's still the same, right? Moveset doesn't change because it's the same. They're like, I guess, Echo fighters, even though they're all the hero. I would buy them in an instant. I'd buy like all 5 or 6 or.
Well, It's coming out in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me something to buy for the Switch. I'm definitely getting Joker. Joker's gonna be sold out on Amazon like in a second. So this is something I'm probably gonna have to go to GameStop if it's still around, Best Buy, or I'll actually go to work to the office and go to the Nintendo store, which is a couple of blocks away.
Why not just go to GameStop or order from Amazon? Why put your
because every time Amiibo goes on Amazon, it gets sold out right away. I've never the only Amiibo I was ever available. Yeah, the only Amiibo ever available at launch to buy was the Shovel Knight Amiibo.
I get them. I get them all the time from GameStop and Target. I get that you want to go out and get some like fresh air and see the sunlight, but
I wasn't really gonna go to the office. I'm just
okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll look at it. I'm not gonna go in.
Sure.
I'll look at the building.
I mean, if you're there,
I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna go in.
Might as well.
So let's stick with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, especially right when the the Switch, but the codename NX was announced. Nintendo made this big mobile initiative, this push to go into mobile space, and we got like a handful of games.
Got a bunch of games, yeah.
Some more successful than others compared to other mobile games, right?
It was Mario Kart, Mario Run. It was Nintendo
Mitomo?
Life or something? Or Mitomo, yeah,
Mitomo,
which is not running anymore, but it was a thing for a minute.
Well, I think they made the most.
I guess.
I think they made the most money on the not Final Fantasy. What's their tactics game? Their strategy game. Fire Emblem.
Oh,
they made the most money on their Fire Emblem game.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Mario Run? You paid flat fee $10, that was controversial because that's not something that you do in a mobile space, right? You just do microtransactions, and they did that with Dr. Mario, and didn't really go so well. They did that with Mario Kart Tour, and I'm telling you now, they're going to count that as a Mario game, Mario Kart 9, because the next Mario Kart game on console is going to be 10.
Well, but they had 8 and 8 Deluxe, 8 Deluxe is what, like 8.5? Now they're going to go to 10?
I'm telling you, everybody skips 9, right? Microsoft skips 9, everyone skips 9.
Windows 9, yeah, not a thing. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Nintendo's going to say, you know what? You had Mario Kart Deluxe,
Oh my god.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and you had Mario Kart Tour. You pick one, that's your 9. Pick one as your 9.
Yeah, see, people think it was Final Fantasy 9, but it's actually Final Fantasy IX. And then they just had 10.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Everybody gets that wrong.
So apparently they're cooling off on the commitment to mobile games.
Right.
With the success of Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing did gangbusters for them.
Well,
right?
it did. It was I think mostly because of right place, right time. Solid game all around. It still would have done well, but because everyone's indoors all day, why would you not want to play like a home building simulator, right? Where you can be on your own island.
Well, apparently one of the biggest reasons why they're cooling on it is because they see the console gaming space is still vibrant, right? Like console gaming is supposed to be dead a couple of years ago. Mobile gaming is going to wipe it off the face of the earth back in like 2012. And 2013 came and consoles PS4, second highest selling console game of all time behind the PS1. Right. And like Switches have been sold out for I don't know how long in the States, right? Like supply is limited, so everybody wants them. So Nintendo sees that. People want to Switch so bad that they're willing to assemble it themselves. You can buy the parts.
Oh my god!
Put it together.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's insane.
Yeah. Oh yes. You can put they're out there. You can buy the parts and make your own. Like you can make your own Switch.
Jesus.
That's how bad people wanted to Switch back in April.
Jesus.
We didn't really discuss it, but it was a thing. Yeah, it was a thing. Right. And they taught you how to download the operating system and all. Right. That's crazy. I love my Xbox, but I don't want to put it together.
No. I love building PCs, but that's it's a little bit of a bridge too far. Wow, that's funny. Well, I'm glad I got my light switch before it all went to pot. So
that's the only thing you can buy, the light switch, or the actual switch. I had a coworker ask me, he wanted to know where he could buy a regular switch for his son. And I said, well, you can get a Switch Lite. He's like, I already have that, but it's not a Switch because it can't go to the TV.
I know.
So
I had a friend of mine asking the same thing, and he actually finally got one. I think he got it from like Target or Best Buy. I'm like, look, here's all the resources I know. Here's all the like third-party resources, eBay, Craigslist, Letgo, Mercari, all that stuff. I'm like, look, this is what I do. I check every now and again. I'll let you know if I find them, and he ended up finding one. So, you got to put the work in.
All right, let's switch gears to a game that's not going to be on the Switch.
No, I don't think ever.
Well, I think they should find a way to put it on the Switch, maybe a low res version, or maybe it'll be on the Switch Pro because that is coming. And I wish it'd be the Super Switch. I want to come back. Switch. It's going to be the Super Switch Pro. There we go.
All right, we'll see.
We got a lot. We got an in-depth look at Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, we got an in-depth look on that. That I got to say, I don't think this made me more excited. I was always excited for this game. I'm gonna get it on the Xbox One. I was always gonna get it on Xbox One because I had planned to get Marvel's Avengers on the PlayStation 4 because they both were coming out a week apart from each other in September. So I'm just gonna stick with it and get it for Xbox One. I was always super excited about this game. I think I'm super excited because you could play 3 different characters, the 3 different sort of story branches that come together sort of towards the end, and you're gonna be on different sides of the world, the cyberpunk world, depending on which character you pick. And I think that's super awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we knew you could choose your own junk in the game. That was a thing from a while ago. And to me, like I know it's funny, haha, but to me that shows the level of detail that CD Projekt Red is putting into this game. And I am certain that there's going to be sliders and whatever to.
It's gonna be
choose
hard
all
to
that.
walk, man. It's gonna be hard to walk and run.
Sure, but
It's gonna be hard to walk
I
and run.
bet it's going to have some small effect on the game, right? Like the way your presence is in the game, right? Soup to nuts. Literally soup to nuts. So that has me really intrigued, right? Not like that I get to choose my own personal parts, but that you're able to do that, and that I think I feel pretty confident that it's going to have some sort of effect in the game, like some little minor thing. People may say some things, or it may affect like the story a little bit, behind the scenes, the numbers.
I'm gonna be in a bathroom for a long period of time.
Yeah, right. I gotta go take care of my elephant here. I'll be right back. No, I mean, like we got to see the car, or one of the cars that you get to drive around in. The kind of points you get that you can use for things, like as you were driving, you were getting special points that you could use for attributes, I think. We got to see the desert, which is weird, right? They got the whole outside the city, the city limits. Once you get out there, there's a whole world. There's a desert area you can get to. So that's kind of cool. That's typically not cyberpunk aesthetics, right? Usually it's kind of the deep dank city with the neon and all that. So I'm pretty hyped. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I feel like this game may be in my top 5 for game of the year. Possibly.
Nice.
It's looking real good, and they even had in the footage that it looked amazing, but a lot of it they said not final product, right? This is kind of work in progress, and it still looked amazing. I was like, wow, yeah, it's just gonna be insane, man.
I think
insane.
this is not going to be a 2019 case where it's not a lot of games are going to get high praise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think this is going to be a year where we have a lot of top games contending for game of the year. I think this year is going to be tough, one of the toughest years.
Yeah. I mean, given everything that's going down, big games are still coming out. So
big games are still coming out.
Big games coming. Yeah.
All right, let's get on a serious note for a second. One of the big games that's coming out is Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like an Assassin's Creed game. They really could have spun this off into a different series.
Right.
But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the creative director, Mr. Ishmael.
Ashraf Ishmael.
He is stepping down as creative director and taking a leave of absence, as he was accused of sexual misconduct with younger fans. And he actually put out a statement. The lives of his family and of his own are shattered, and he's deeply sorry to everyone who's hurt in this. And he's taken leave of absence to deal with some personal issues. So in the wake of this, recently in the last 2 weeks, sort of this has sort of been the resurgence, the second wave of the Me Too movement, where a lot of people are coming and making accusations coming to the surface. It definitely across all industries, but I think mostly the wrestling industry got hit hard. Which, a lot of different wrestlers are, men and women. This is not just a thing exclusive to women. Let me just tell you that right now. Men and women,
right,
wrestling wise, have either been terminated, accused, and sort of either vehemently denied or deleted their Twitter handles or social medias. When there are even reports of people not even being contracts that were offered by big companies like WWE, being contracts being rescinded. So this is sort of that second wave, and I don't know exactly what's happening here. Right. We don't know any details or anything other than the fact that he's stepping down.
Well, yeah. I mean, the allegations are misconduct with fans. We don't know the age of the fans. We don't know the severity of the conduct, whether it was assault or, just kind of general infidelity. These are all the things that are up in the air. What we do know is that, when you're in these industries, right, be it sports entertainment or, video games or the corporate world where like we are, that there's just things you shouldn't and can't do, or there's things you just can't do, and people are always doing them, right? Whether they're small little things that you do in the day to day that may make someone uncomfortable, up until something that can get you like canned from your job, like you just and a lot of people kind of take it for granted, or a lot of people don't realize what they're doing, and the problems that it will cause, either for that person or for the whole entire company. Like, you really have to be careful with all this, right? Like, even just like telling someone they look nice today is like, you can make them feel uncomfortable, right? And it's like, oh, is this person trying to hit on me? Is this like whatever? Like, it's you just have to be careful out there. You can't, because I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, from this particular story, there are now a lot of people who are speaking up, right? The wrestling thing, I don't know if it necessarily came from this specifically, but it did happen like around this time. Some people were speaking up. Hey, there was some stuff that went down. It was bad. I'm putting it out there. I want to kind of amplify this to make sure that people know what's going on and what happened, and to try and prevent this from happening again, right? To let people know that, hey, there are still problems in the workplace, even if it's like inside the squared circle, right? There are things that go down, and we know that from stuff we covered in the past, like some stories from IGN with Vince and Janito. There's all the stuff coming out from Riot. Riot, by all means, is a very toxic workplace, and there's a lot of problems internally. That kind of, if you have a couple bad apples, right, it's going to kind of disseminate throughout the company, and like you really kind of have to have a good avenue to be able to talk about it and get it out there and have the support of your company, right? Be it an HR department or a manager or, someone in, the higher ranks of the company. Like, you need to be able to be safe, one, and two, you need to be able to talk about things if there's problems, and you need to know that your company has your back, if there's some stuff that's going down. And, it looks like Ubisoft took the right moves in this case. We'll kind of see how the whole tree shakes out. We'll definitely kind of come around back on this, but a little sad to see. I kind of like Ubisoft as a company. I know they have had some bad business practices back in the day with things like Star Force, but we'll see.
Well, we want to switch gears to something else that's sort of sad news. Microsoft is shutting down Mixer.
Yeah, this was
a surprise. Like, this came out of nowhere. It's just a shock.
Yeah, I mean, it was a shock. It was a shock in the fact that they spent a large sum of money on Ninja. They spent a large sum of money on Shroud, right? I think Ninja obviously number one. Shroud, I think, was like number two. They're like, let's go ahead and poach the best talent. This will definitely help, and it turned out to not help that much.
Well, Phil Spencer did make a comment saying they were all in, all or nothing, right? With with Mixer, and they gave it they gave it a good try, but in the end, they weren't even beating out Facebook Gaming,
which is like, okay, I didn't know they were that big.
So and now that they're partnering with Facebook Gaming.
Facebook Gaming, yeah.
So don't get nervous if you weren't a big Facebook fan. Your Mixer app on your Xbox will not turn into Facebook Gaming app. I'm sure, at some point there will be an update where it will remove Mixer, and going in the future, you will have the option to add Facebook Gaming.
Well, this is going to be integrated into the Xbox Series X now.
Well, we don't know that for a fact, but
I can guarantee it. At this
Yeah,
point,
again, you can
I
guarantee,
guarantee.
but it's not a fact. They haven't said anything about that. They did say it is your choice as a consumer. If you in the future when there is an app, Facebook gaming app, because right now you can't have Facebook gaming, Facebook on either PS4, Xbox One.
No, there's no integration with that.
There is no integration,
but there will be now.
Don't listen to Dave. Don't panic. Don't jump off a roof or anything like that. We don't know what's going to happen. It's probably going to be your choice if you want to have, because Facebook is still a third-party company. They don't own it. You will have the choice if you want Facebook.
Mixer's not going to be a thing anymore, right?
Well, Mixer will not be a thing.
Yeah.
But,
So what's the other? The other option is Twitch.
Well,
which they could do if they want to be neutral about it, but they have a stake in the game with Facebook gaming.
If Facebook gaming would probably be more prominent. It would be the first thing to download if you want to download one of the streaming apps to your platform.
I would just be like, hey, we have a thing. Use our Facebook gaming, because what do they get out of Twitch? Like they get okay, like I can stream my game on my Xbox through Twitch, like I can do on PlayStation. Good for the fans. Not so great for Microsoft, right? Because I mean, partnering up, means there's agreement signed or whatever. They get a little cut of the money in some way. Like Microsoft's probably giving them some of their tech, and their Facebook's going to integrate it into their Facebook gaming, like.
You'll see. I think it's more so. You'll definitely see in Facebook gaming. You'll see a lot of Xbox logos and Microsoft logos.
Right.
I don't think this is going to be integrated in the Series X. It's definitely not going to be integrated in Xbox One.
Oh,
it is still a third-party app, and Microsoft is all about power to the players, where they give you the option if you want to download this third-party app. It probably be. I'm not going to say it's not going to be
Twitch
prominent.
wasn't an option. Twitch wasn't an option. They had their own service. Like they were like, "Nah, you got to use Mixer."
Well, Twitch was not. You can.
Well,
still
they
stream
had
to
it.
Twitch.
They had it before Mixer was a. Wait, you can still stream to Twitch on Xbox?
Yeah, what? Mixer is not like exclusive. Like you can't do the Twitch.
All right. Well, I don't know.
You can stream to Facebook gaming if you want. It's just that Mixer that they own, that is already ingrained on all Xbox Xbox Ones. But Facebook, I don't think it will be integrated, because it's a partnership. It's still a third party app, to where if they end the partnership. It would be like, it's not ingrained in our system anyway, so it doesn't matter. People can delete it if they want.
Right.
So that sort of sucks. But if you want to look on the bright side as far as Facebook and their venture into games, Facebook just acquired Ready at Dawn, which who is Ready at Dawn, Dan? Ready at Dawn made this magnificent, fantastic, historic game called The Order 1886. And yes, I finally get to talk about The Order 1886. It's in the news again.
The only time to be nominated back to back to back in Rated G history.
The only game in history to be nominated for Game of the Year 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
It is the Buffalo Bills of video games.
Oh my God! Right. They played They played the Niners and lost. They played the Cowboys and lost.
They
played the Cowboys again and lost.
They lost 4 times in a row.
Oh,
but you know what this means, though, right? This means that the Order 1887 is going to be multi-platform.
The Order 1887. You're still on that. They're going to make a sequel to the most mediocre.
They're
game of all time.
making a sequel.
Listen,
I am telling you.
Listen.
Telling you they're making a sequel.
There's a reason it never won year after year. It was always nominated.
Because God of War. There's God of War. God of War was there. Because games like God of War was there. That's why.
No, God of War was 2018. No, this was 2015, 16, and 17.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? There was always that one game that edged it out by just that much.
Just that much? Oh, I think by that you got to stretch your hands out a little bit more. By
just that much. Well, the real reason why Facebook acquired Ready to Dawn wasn't for the 1887, even though now I think that's going to be multi-platform and probably have some VR support. But Ready to Dawn has made a bunch of VR games that actually came out on Oculus.
Yeah.
So since they're producing, a lot of VR Oculus games, why not buy them? As a matter of fact, I'm surprised PlayStation didn't buy them. So those those games could be
PSVR
exclusive
or whatever,
to the PSVR 2 coming for it's probably going to come in another 2 years, right? 2022, 2021 maybe.
Right.
So,
right.
But Dave, I know that's not what's making you excited about the Order 1887. No, I know you're like, you know what? We'll believe it when we see it. Order 1886 had its time. If the sequel comes, we'll talk about it then. You want to talk about the most exciting thing that's going to happen later in the year, and that is Crash Bandicoot 4. We talked about it last week, where it was
the most exciting
rumor.
thing. The most exciting thing. Okay.
It was a rumor. It was a rumor. It is now fact. Crash Bandicoot 4 is a thing. It is really called It's About Time. You thought that was a working title. No, that is actually the name.
That's the name. Yeah. They're getting real cheeky about everything that came after Warped.
Well, they're just going to ignore everything. Anything past the original Naughty Dog PlayStation 1 trilogy, they're going to ignore. So this is the official.
Yeah.
Fourth game in the series.
They're doing what they did with Double Dragon, right? They forgot about Super Double Dragon and Double Dragon 5 and the Double Dragon Neo Geo game. They're just like, yeah, here's Double Dragon 4. It's like, wait a minute.
It's 13 more levels than the Insane Trilogy collection.
Yeah,
that's how big this game is.
Look, it's great for fans. I'm sure people are going to love it. It is definitely not for me. It looks like the exact same game from back in the day, just with better graphics. So
I told you that I told you they're working on a new game. I told you this like 2 years ago. I said, Dave, they're putting this out because they want to make a new game. However, here's the thing that can really damper this excitement that's coming out. This is probably going to be like nominated for Game of the Year. I'm telling you. However, what's probably going to damper the excitement is that we know that microtransactions will be in this game. Now, Review Tech USA said he doesn't care if Crash Bandicoot's naked. He ain't buying no boxes.
Right.
Right.
What even would you microtransact in this game? Like,
I don't know.
Well, actually no. I do know what you would microtransaction. If it were a mobile game, you would have a set amount of lives, right? And you would have dumb power-ups that would allow you to continue from where you just fell off in the hole. And there'd be timers, and you could pay to get more lives, or like more continues, or more bring back from the death bullshit. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. We'll
see how this works. Hopefully it's just skins. If it's skins, then that's fine.
Skins are fine. Like DLC with new levels, great. I'm all about it. Skins don't affect the gameplay, which is okay by me. All right, you can still have the same experience if you don't have the pants. In this case, I think it's going to be okay.
All right, Dave. It's about that time. This is the last show in June.
Yep.
That means 6 months are in the books. It is time.
I can't believe the year is half over. I just want to, just want to recognize.
It is time. It is time for Rated G's Game of the Half Year nominees.
All right. So
we're gonna pick a winner. And we're gonna pick a winner too. We're not gonna make you wait.
You want to nominate? You want to pick the Game of the Half Year winner right now?
We're gonna pick the Game of the Half Year.
All right.
Now.
This was not discussed beforehand, people. This is off the cuff. It may come to blows. One thing I want to preface with is that we did have a lot of delays. Games that should have been out, but didn't quite make the cut. Cyberpunk
should have been out.
Is
Marvel's Avengers should have been out.
Marvel's Avengers should have been out.
Ghost of Tsushima should have been out.
Right. And those would have all been like very big games. There's definitely some others we're probably forgetting.
I still think Crash Bandicoot 4 is gonna give everybody a run for their money later in the year.
It's gonna give something. It's gonna give someone a run.
The microtransactions are gonna give something a run. All right.
Man, well, I'm gonna let you go first.
I think because we're in a consensus on our Game of the Half Year, I'm gonna give you my two runner-ups.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, and I mean, all the games I'm gonna pick is gonna blow your mind. because if I would have told you in 2019 that these games would be my game of the year nominees, you would be like, no way. Dan is never going to do that because those aren't his jams. But guess what? Those are my jams now. I'm telling you. My first runner-up, I would say it's the third best game this year to me. That is Animal Crossing for the Switch.
Okay.
It came out at the perfect time. I never thought I would be into, decorating and building my island. Who knew?
Well, there you go.
Day and night cycle. This game is fantastic. I was all about this game. I put so many hours into this game. I had to put the game down. I do want to come back to it at some point. I'm not going to come back to it until I hopefully beat The Last of Us and then get into Ghost of Tsushima. This is probably not something I'm going to get into until August. I thought this game was fantastic. I even had people around me helping me decorate my house, which was a tent at first, and then I got a loan. And I swear, it's like living real life because I got a mortgage to pay. Nice. It's crazy. So, and now you can swim in the game, which is a big thing. You can go swimming. Of course, you can go swimming. It's the summer. Everybody wants to go to the beach, and you're on an island, so you can swim. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Big news.
I'm good.
Dave,
I know it's a
sleep.
very fun game. It's just not for me.
Dave, don't sleep. I'm telling you, you haven't lived until you had a virtual mortgage.
I'm fine, Dan. I am fine with that. And I know I would enjoy the game. I don't want to get sucked into it, which is why I'm not playing it.
So, and then I want to say the runner-up for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I was going back and forth with, number 1 and number 2, but I'm gonna have to go with The Last of Us Part 2 as number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe it's because I haven't finished a game yet, right? Maybe once I finish the game, maybe I'll push it up or maybe I'll push it down. Who knows? 10 and a half hours in, this game has psychologically got its hooks in me because I could be away at the beach and think about, oh my God, I can't wait to beat that section because I want to know exactly what's going to happen right afterwards.
You're hooked.
I'm hooked. And it's so many things I want to say right now, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Where it's like,
not just for me, also for the fans, for the people who haven't played it yet, because it's such a brand new game.
So it's so many things I want to say as far as like, why it got its hooks in me, but I can't say without what? Spoiling it. So I'm trying to be as vague as possible. It's like,
and I
gotta know what happens here. So I gotta finish this part. I gotta finish this section. Right. So this is as vague as I can be. So it definitely mentally has its hooks in me. Again, I wish I had more bullets.
Well,
I wish I had more bullets.
Not that kind of game.
But it's not that type of game, and I guess I'm okay with it. And it's my second best. So what are your 2 runner-ups?
Well, speaking of lack of bullets, Dan, my number 3 is the RE3 remake, and I was playing the PlayStation 4 version, just for some clarity. Although both versions are pretty similar across the board with some minor differences. I beat it. I loved it. I played the original when it first came out, and I think it did a lot of cool things with this one. Very excited. Not as great as 2 in the remake. I thought 2 was a little bit better. They kind of nerfed Nemesis in the third one a little bit, right? They made it a little more less random with how he would come at you, right? It was kind of just like, oh, he's going to chase you down. I'm like, okay. But still great, that was just a minor hiccup in the game. Game was fantastic. And my number 2, Doom Eternal on the PC. The great, amazing soundtrack from Mick Gordon. A tight, fast gameplay. Like, they added all the little bits in there where you can kind of, like, they made you a lot more mobile and able to move around, and now you can do you can do the chainsaw move, you can do the flame belcher move.
You get the hook, right? You get the sort of the grappling hook so you can like swing to other areas.
Yeah, it's so good.
And you're
double
not
jump.
bringing the enemy to you. You're going to the enemy.
Right.
They
You're like running
they
in.
specifically
Like,
did that. Yeah.
right. And like there's like different ways that there's optimal ways to take out each like enemy, and it's like kind of neat. Okay, I'm in this room. I have all these guys. I'm gonna take out this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and then this guy, and then go over to here and do that, and then swing on this pole. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So.
Okay.
And then I don't know. Do you want to announce our number one?
Number one, we got to get like a drum roll.
I know, right?
And our unanimous number one. Whoever thought hell froze over because Dan is going to go ape crazy over Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty, this game. Like, just beautiful.
A game where you can't even jump.
Nope.
I think this game is, or was, because, I beat it, was
we
amazing.
both did, yeah.
I don't regret. I paid, it was 25 hours. It was 25 hours well spent.
I mean, at least. Yeah. I clocked in like 30, 35, I think.
So I thought this was fantastic. I was familiar with sort of the story. I didn't beat the original game back in the day, but it was the first Final Fantasy I ever played because it was so hyped on the PlayStation 1.
It was the number one selling game of all time for the longest. Nothing could dethrone this game. With good reason, It really kind of, in my eyes, this was the game that really changed the video game landscape forever, like for so many different reasons. And I can't wait for the next one. I'm hoping next year, like Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 will be next year. I feel like there's going to be a 3-part series, but I hope they do it like Lord of the Rings, right? Boom, year, and just have them all come out one after the other. But, we'll see. We'll see. And I guess out of these, which one are we gonna call our game of the half year, Dan?
Come on. I never thought I would say it. But it's Final Fantasy VII. We said it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. There it is.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Exclusive with a PS4 for now. It's probably going to come to the Xbox at some point next year or the year after.
Oh, yeah. No, it 100% is. They have a limited exclusivity with the PlayStation right now, which is fine, which is fine. It got birthed on the PlayStation. Part 7 did, at least. So it only makes sense that it's exclusive for a bit. Yeah, I can't believe it. Dan. You surprise me. You surprise me all the time in so many good ways. I can't believe that you're throwing Final Fantasy up on the block. That is our game of the half year, folks. That is episode 224 in the books. Half the year is over. I can't believe what a year it's been so far, Dan. I don't know about you.
It's been something, all right.
Yeah,
it's been something, all right.
Oh, so yeah. If you guys want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Rated G for Gamers. And one more thing before we go. We are also part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. GamingPodcastAlliance.com. If you head over there, you can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.